Does the US Navy have any unmanned aircraft system for high-altitude surveillance? Interestingly, yes. The US Naval Force has never failed to amaze the entire world by constructing some amazing, stealthy, and highly buzzed UAS in the defense world. True or not? One such amazing $123 million worth Global Hawk unmanned aircraft system has been operational with the US Air Force for almost 2 decades now. These RQ-4 are available in a large number of variants, with some additions or omissions in their features and capabilities. Some of the old aged variants are already decommissioned. However, there are some ultra-modern ones amazingly serving the nation for high-altitude operations. This UAV, with its excellent technology and several sensors, has been the best suited aircraft system for high-altitude missions. However, some aspects like regular maintenance, low endurance, and other things should be taken care of, as these RQ-4s fly at a higher level than the usual aircraft. What makes the Global Hawk aircraft system an amazing addition to the US fleet? Is there any other UAS other than RQ-4 Global Hawk which is specially designed for high-altitude missions? Let's take a deeper dive to know some fascinating facts about the UAS, which is specially designated for high-altitude operations. Global Hawk Unmanned Aircraft System, which is a perfectly designed aircraft by the US engineers for the US Air Force, is capable of providing persistent intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance information. The core aim for designing and developing this amazing aircraft system was to gather near real-time high-resolution imagery of wide areas, whether it's day or night, and also capable of flying in any weather condition. However, this is not the only thing these RQ-4 Global Hawk are capable of. These UAVs also support air and ground users with communication relay support. This UAV is remotely operated by 3 crew members or trained personnel. This UAV is amazingly designed and handled. With such design, the RQ-4 Global Hawk can fly at the highest altitude of 60,000 feet. Behind the construction of each Global Hawk, the funding needed has been as high as $123 million, which is pretty high. How is the Global Hawk UAV designed? This high-altitude surveillance unmanned aerial vehicle is fitted with the RQ-4 air vehicle, which is a combination of a few sensor packages, a communication system, and most significantly, a ground element, which comprises of launch and recovery element. Not only these elements, but the aerial vehicle is also equipped with a mission control element to have an easy connection with ground communications equipment. The major part to run this UAV is the engine, and this RQ-4 air vehicle is specially powered by an Allison Rolls-Royce AE3007H turbofan engine and is capable of carrying 2,000 pounds of payload in total. With such a powerful engine, RQ-4 can speed up at 391 miles per hour. Every part of the UAV is minutely taken care of and constructed with the best quality materials. Taking into consideration the fuselage, which is made of aluminium, semi-monocoque is designed with a V-tail, and now are the wings of UAVs, which are made of composite materials. However, there were several challenges in the design of RQ-4, which eventually ended up with different variants of the UAV. With the integration of the Global Hawk, there were changes in the features and capabilities of the UAV. With the integration, the Naval Force has in total 4 distinct blocks of RQ-4 with them. Initially, its version named RQ-4A Block 10 was designed to perform imagery intelligence. It was installed with a synthetic aperture radar and some sensors like electro-optical and infrared sensors. The next variant was named RQ-4B Block 20. This UAV variant was the first one from Block B model Global Hawk. It has a payload of 3,000 pounds and has similar SAR and EOIR sensors to Block A. These RQ-4B Block 20 were converted into communication relays and upgraded with the Battlefield Airborne Communications Node payload. The next upgrade was in the RQ-4B Block 30 UAV, which was enabled with multi-intelligence, which could be possible because of SAR and EOIR sensors, and also the airborne signals intelligence payload. Additionally, there was a SIGINT sensor. The next upgraded variant from Block 40, which was fitted with multi-platform radar technology insertion program, active electronically scanned array radar. All these upgrades in the UAV help in moving target indication data, which means surveillance for a wide area and also for moving targets. Even the endurance for RQ-4 variants is for 30 hours long. However, as this is specially designed for high altitudes than normal aircraft, the maintenance needed is much sooner than other aircraft. And as these fly at high altitudes, all the variants of RQ-4 have less wear during their operations. The longest combat sorties by Global Hawk lasted for about 32.5 hours. Before diving deeper to know everything about the extraordinary creation by the US high-altitude UAS for ISR activities, make sure that you subscribe to our channel to know more about incredible drones and defense equipment that will revolutionize the defense system. When was the project laid for Global Hawk, and when did it start serving the US Air Force? The project to design and develop this unmanned aircraft system was laid back in 1990 and was all set to take its first flight in 1998. However, the high-altitude aircraft started serving the US Air Force in 2001 and are still serving them even now. These UAVs are fitted with amazing intelligence gathering capabilities, which is helping civil authorities' ability to smartly respond and react to natural disasters, carry out much-needed search and rescue operations, and lastly, gather weather data to forecast the threatening paths of storms. Such high-altitude aircraft systems are also used by NASA for long-duration science missions. Which are the other drones specially designed for high-altitude operations? There is also one owned by the US, however, cannot be compared with this amazing RQ-4. It's Predator C Avenger. General Atomics Aeronautical System designed one of the best developmental unmanned combat air vehicles named General Atomics MQ-20 Avenger, especially for the US military. The first flight for this developmental drone was on 4th April 2009, and this drone is a bit different from its predecessors MQ-1 Predator and MQ-9 Reaper. Predator C Avenger has a total capacity of 2948 kilograms and is capable of carrying Hellfire missions, guided bomb units, laser-guided bombs, and several other types of bombs. The featurization provided for this combat drone is insane. It can amazingly read at 50,000 feet altitude, has a mind-blowing maximum speed of 740 kilometers an hour, and has potential endurance of 20 hours. A much advanced version powered by a turbofan engine, and its design is also updated with a few changes like the addition of internal weapons storage and an S-shaped exhaust, which will reduce infrared and radar signatures. Though in some areas it is the same as MQ-1 and MQ-9, it will be using the same ground support infrastructure, which includes utilizing ground-controlled stations and existing communication networks. The next amazing drone by the US MQ-1C Grey Eagle. It is designed in such a manner that the total payload for the combat drone is 488 kilograms, of which 261 kilograms are used for fuel, and the rest is 227 kilograms for external payload. What do all of these external payloads include? This US super powerful combat drone carries 4 different versions of Hellfire missiles, varied advanced sensors like communication relay sensors and EO/IR sensors. Grey Eagle is perfect in payload capacities, but it is also speedy, with a speed of around 309 km per hour, which is insane. Even the UAV has a maximum permitted altitude of 29,000 feet, and the best thing about this drone is its endurance. It already provides 25 hours of endurance and can also be extended to almost 40 hours, which is probably one of the drones with the highest endurance. Another incredible drone in the US aerial fleet is the Northrop Grumman X-47B, a tailless jet-powered blended wing-body aircraft especially designed for aircraft carrier-based operations and had its first flight in 2011. This X-47B demonstration unmanned combat aerial vehicle is capable of semi-autonomous operation and aerial refueling. Since it was constructed for operations based on aircraft carriers, it was strong enough to deal with corrosive saltwater environments, capable of handling launch and recovery at the deck, command and control system integration, and also to deal with the aircraft carrier's high electromagnetic interference environment. Even being a decade old, this drone has a range of 2400 with a high subsonic speed of plus 0.9 Mach. However, the construction cost was extraordinarily ballooned for this X-47B drone. So, what are your thoughts on the amazing creation by the US Naval Force for high-altitude operations? Are other countries also on the radar to develop something of this sort? Do let us know your views in the comment section. And before we wrap up, if you're interested in other fascinating things about combat drones, then make sure to check out our video on the US and Israel working together to revolutionize the defense world. You can go check this out after the video. And if you enjoyed watching it, make sure to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content. See you in the next video.